I had one afternoon of free time in Prague, so obviously I went fabric shopping. This was optimistic. This was not. So come with me on my snowy fabric finding mission to find out if it's possible to grab yourself a sewing souvenir while visiting this beautiful medieval city. Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Kate and this is Ripper Seams. So I'm here in Prague in the Czech Republic. I've had a busy work week and today is Friday. I'm flying out later on tonight and I've got a few hours to kill, which means I'm going to go look for some fabric shops. Prague is one of my favorite cities in all of Europe. I've been here about 8 or 9 times now, and every single time it's been an absolute pleasure to visit. This trip's been a little bit different though, because it's been below freezing every single day this week, and today it is actually snowing. There's quite a thick blanket of snow on the ground, more snow is expected. I'm really hoping that my flight leaves on time tonight and gets back into the UK, where it is also really badly snowing. So yeah, wish me luck. So today I'm hoping that we can go and explore a bit of the city despite the snow, and also check out what seems to be the fabric district of Prague. There seems to be quite a lot of fabric and haberdassery stores all in one area, so I'm going to go check them out. So let's go for a walk. Prague, located in the Czech Republic, is one of my most visited cities in Europe. I first came here as an 18-year-old backpacker, and somehow, all these years later, it still feels recognisably the same place. Prague is known for its Gothic towers, its Baroque buildings, and its medieval squares, and because much of the historic centre wasn't bombed during the World Wars, the city is remarkably intact. In the old town, you're walking past buildings which have barely changed for hundreds of years. Now, one of the reasons I love Prague so much is it's so easy to get around. It's an extremely walkable city, and the public transport is amazing as well as inexpensive. You can get pretty much anywhere by tram or metro, and walking between neighbourhoods never really feels like a chore. Unless it's snowing. Earlier in the week, I managed to squeeze in a nighttime river cruise, which I highly recommend, as well as the last night of the Christmas markets. Now, Prague looks just as good after dark as it does during the day. The winding streets and the atmosphere all shift, and it somehow becomes even more magical. So I do recommend getting out about at nighttime. Right, so we're off to the Můstek metro station to go to where the fabric is, catch the metro out there. The snow has eased off a bit. It's quite pleasant, it's actually not too cold. Got my hands out without gloves. It's just a bit slippy and a bit hard to trudge through the snow. Right, I almost got run over by a snowplow. The snow is really thick on the ground here. It's making it really hard to walk. Now, the first shop I successfully found was called Textile Forum. It's not huge, but it is a really nice space. It's calm, it's well laid out, and it's the kind of shop where you really want to actually take your time, which is exactly what I did. They had a really solid mix of dressmaking fabrics. There were cottons and there's silks, wool blends, and then some really fancy stuff as well. So we're talking lace and velvet and fabrics which would be perfect for a special make. Now, I also found some trims on sale, which was dangerous, buttons, ribbons, little details, all those things which I didn't technically need, but could absolutely justify later if I really wanted to. I also spotted a selection of Fiber Move magazines, which was tempting, but alas, I didn't actually buy anything in this shop, mainly because I didn't want to commit too early, but it was definitely one of those places where you could really see things joining your stash. The next shop I went to go find was called Jenom Ládky. I was intrigued by this place because there were mixed reviews online, and now I can understand why. I have no idea where this place was. There was a sign out the front, but I couldn't really find the shop. The door below the sign led to this courtyard, but nothing obviously looked like a shop. There was no sign. There was a mystery door in the undercroft, but I didn't want to risk walking into someone's home, so I wrote this one off as one for the locals. I have since found out that the building in the courtyard was actually the shop. It's a little bit obvious now, not really, but there were other stores to go check out, hopefully ones that were a bit more obvious and welcoming. Next up was Lehký Mraz. This one was a bit more promising because I could see the sign and the actual shop, but I could also see shutters, closed shutters, and that was not a good sign. I think they were still closed for Chrissy New Year's and then some, but this one was a dead end as well this time round, unfortunately. Luckily, just around the corner was Bolenetex. Now, it was the last shop of the day and easily my favourite, and it was a perfect place to finish because walking around Prague in the snow is exhausting, and this shop felt like a reward. The moment you walk in, it is just color everywhere. I mean, like, it's like someone turned the saturation all the way up and then added even more. It's a little overwhelming, but also incredibly inspiring. I spent ages in here. They have a massive range of fabrics, from everyday dressmaking staples right through to some more statement pieces. There's lots of stretchy stuff. You're set if you're looking for evening wear or party fabrics, and they've got some great coating options as well. Now, what really grabbed my attention though was this selection of sequined fabrics. There was so much happy sparkle on this rack. I spent ages going through all these samples. Very, very tempted. This shop was busy whilst I was there too, which I always take as a good sign. I felt like it was a destination for all the local sewists. So if you're after a fabric souvenir from Prague, something memorable, colourful and a little bit special, then this is definitely a shop I would recommend. Alright, so I have made it to technically 4 shops, only 2 of them able to get in and see the fabric, but I'm going to have to call it quits here. There are definitely more here in town, but I need to get to the airport and feeling a bit tired because it's a lot of work trudging through snow. It's not like your normal walking. So I have made some fabric purchases, so off to go get my bag and head off to the airport, and when I get back to the UK, back to home, I will show you what I got. We're back, baby, and I've got my lovely souvenir goodies from Prague right here in front of me, and I thought I might show you what I ended up buying. So don't underestimate how tiring it is to walk around a city when it's covered in snow. Exhausting. My hips for the last 2 days have felt like I've done some sort of massive workout, which technically I have, but yeah, strangely achy. Despite the snow, I managed to get back to the airport. My flight was amazingly delayed for 3 hours, luckily not cancelled, so that's the silver lining there. But made it back to the UK well after midnight, but that's all good. We're home safe and sound, and yeah, excited to get stuck into 2026. So within this very blue crinkly bag are my goodies from Prague, and yeah, I had to say it was quite overwhelming on what to choose from that last store because there was so much goodness in there, so much colour. It was hard, but I did have a little word to myself because I thought, if I'm bringing a souvenir home from a specific destination, I need to make something special out of it. So I kind of ruled out a whole bunch of fabrics and kind of really narrowed down my choice. And I also had to have a think about what is currently missing from my stash so that I could fill that gap with something special. And of course, what do I actually want to make with them? Because I could buy fabric and then have no idea what to do with it. And I hit that quite a few times when I was going through the selection there. That pink and yellow tartan sequin fabric I absolutely loved. I would have paid out the money to get a fair amount of that, but I didn't know what to make with it. So I left it there. I know where it is. It was so unique. I've never seen that before. And yeah, maybe on my next trip to Prague. So with all that in mind, what were my souvenirs from Prague? Right. Sorry, I just had to go close the blind because I was being blinded by the sun. Normally I'd be happy with that, but yeah, maybe not today. So my first fabric is this gorgeous one here, which is a really lovely soft poly wool mix. I've got 2.5 meters of it, and there's a little bit of elastane in there, so it's got a little bit of stretch, which means I'm going to have a lot of fun choosing what I'm going to make out of this. Now, what really drew me to this fabric is that it is extremely lightweight. Also, what I like was on the reverse, you've got this really nice darker kind of mottle effect going on there, and I think the contrast is really, really nice and subtle. So at 2.5 meters, I've got lots of options on what I can use this lovely fabric for. The ochre is just a really lovely warm color. It's not something which I have in my stash already. For some reason, I tend to avoid yellows, but I've seen some really nice winter tops made out of this muted yellow color. And I thought, yeah, I think I might want to add something like that to my wardrobe as well. So my initial thought for this is maybe making the billow sleeve knit top by Swim Style Patterns. I've been eyeing that pattern off for wanting to make it for quite a while now, so that is an option. But I think there's also some opportunities from some of the Pattern Emporium and Style Arc. I mean, like a Logan jacket out of this is going to be absolutely divine. It's going to be really, really warm. So yeah, I think I'll go through those patterns, see what's calling out to me, and ultimately the fabric will tell me what it wants to be, although it's now starting to say Logan jacket. So yeah, we'll see. But this is my first edition. This is my first souvenir from Prague. Next up is this really gorgeous, almost liquid metal satin. It's in this gunmetal grey, and couldn't go past it. I just thought it was really luxe, and again, something which I don't have in my current stash. I think also some plain colors are starting to speak to me a bit more, just to have some coordinating pieces which kind of ground an outfit. I mean, like, I've got so many prints in my stash. Starting to collect some of these more lovely plain colors is something I definitely want to do in 2026. My immediate instinct is to maybe make a pussy bow blouse, something that is kind of like really elegant, but also maybe something a bit casual, so if you leave that bow kind of undone. But at the same time, I thought maybe a dress could come in handy. So I did get 3.5 meters of this because there is potential for multiple things. And yeah, I've never worked with a fabric like this. The shine on there is absolutely gorgeous. And I think definitely something a little bit more technical, a little bit more advanced is going to suit this fabric really, really nicely. But again, it's a special fabric that when I do make something out of it, it is going to remind me of that fantastic shopping day out in Prague. So my third and last fabric is a wild card, got to admit, but it did call to me, and it's a remnant. It's quite a sizable remnant, and it was heavily reduced, and I just found it really intriguing. So yeah, it followed me home. So it's this one here. It is like a taffeta material. It's a shot taffeta. It's got this really, really subtle sheen to it. It's olive color. I do like myself a bit of green, as you can see. But the remnant size of this is just over 1.75 meters. So it's a big remnant, but look at this in here. I'm intrigued. It's got these puckered bits on it, almost like a Chesterfield effect in a diamond pattern. And these bits have been sewn on here they're quite elastic to kind of bring in the fabric, but I really like it. Do I know what to do with it? Not really, but I'm going to set myself the challenge to find something. So the pucker bits are actually in the shape of a flower. It's in kind of like a diamond shape spread over the fabric, and obviously it's kind of got these lovely gathers going through it. Because of that diamond shape, it is technically quite a big print, if you could call it that. Tell me down in the comments, what would you make out of this lovely olive print fabric? It's like I said, it's like a taffeta, it's like a silky taffeta. I actually don't know what it is. I didn't check the label, so that's my mistake. I might have to set fire to it to figure out what it is. Now, my instinct in the store was to make some sort of fancy waistcoat. Not too sure because of how big this diamond pattern is, whether that's the right decision or not. My only other thought is that Fiber Mood tend to have some unusual tops, which I could probably get out of a 1.75 meters. So yeah, I might have a look to see what Fiber Mood might have on their website that could suit this and be interesting. But yeah, let me know down in the comments, what would you make with this? So this might still end up as cushions, but I'm going to try and think more creatively than that. Maybe try and find an unusual indie pattern that might suit this really, really nicely. It is going to make a sound when you wear it, so I've got to keep that in mind as well. But yeah, this was my wildcard purchase from Prague. I'm interested to see what it will become. So those are my fabrics which I decided to be my souvenirs from my latest trip to Prague. I had a really fun day getting off the main touristy bit and exploring a bit of Prague which I hadn't seen before. So I hope you enjoyed my little hunt around Prague to find those beautiful souvenir fabrics and maybe inspired you to check out the fabric stores in your next holiday destination. If you did enjoy this video, then don't forget to give me a thumbs up down below, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any future Ripper Seams adventures. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today and joining me in one of my favorite European destinations. I wish you a wonderful week of sewing, and I'll see you in the next video.